I think I'm going to do a completely separate reading vlog video of In the Mouth of Madness, because I also want to do a bit of a compare and contrast to the movie, because it is one of my, I would say, my top 5 of all movies, but in the horror genre it's definitely number 1. So I just want to kind of dedicate a whole video on these two different mediums of the same story. Okay, so I know I didn't talk much about, or I didn't dive into details much about the Kindle Scribe the first edition, 2022, I believe. Whenever new products come out, people have this urge, including myself, to get these new products just because they're new. But I think in terms of e-readers, a lot of times these e-readers, whether it's Kindle, Kobo, Nook, even the books, I don't know, I never know how to pronounce it, the BOOX company, the Palma, and their variety of e-ink, e-reader, tablets, readers, these things last a lot longer than the other technologies we have in our lives, like computers, laptops, phones. For anyone out there who is kind of refreshing the new Kindle Scribe pages, seeing when they're going to come out, hopefully what I say about the Kindle Scribe 2022 kind of convinces you to save a bit, like at least $200, and go the route of a used old device, because this is something that is, there really is no problems with it. It's 35%. Again, I haven't charged this thing in at least a few months. I'm not entirely sure exactly how many months, but it's quite a few months, because I don't use this often. I primarily use my Paperwhite or my Nook, just because they're a lot more portable. But because I am reading it for this season, I am using this a lot more, because it is quite more comfortable using this than the 1,000-page book that I have over there. So yeah, in terms of just kind of responsiveness, it is still incredibly feels very, very new. The no brightness with no warmth is kind of perfect for everyone, and I think that's why I am going to try out the new Kindle Scribe no front light. I don't think it's a wise investment in terms of buying a new or diving into the Kindle system. I don't think it kind of reminds me of the newest iPhone Air, where it's a little bit more, but you're getting less features, and that's kind of how the Kindle Scribe no light is. The reason I'm most interested in it, and why I'm gonna try it out, I'm not gonna keep it, I'm gonna return it, is because I like 99% of the time when I do use this, it's during the day in sunlight, so I very rarely use the warm light. So that's my thought process behind thinking the no front light Kindle Scribe is appealing to me. But for people out there who don't have a Scribe, again, you could get these Kindle Scribe first gen maybe $170-$200, whereas the new ones start off, the Kindle no front light starts off at $430, probably around $500 with taxes. So already you're paying twice as much for something that comes with less features, having no front light, having no warm light. Yeah, it doesn't really make sense. And again, like I said in the last video, all the cool AI stuff that's going to come that's going to be built into the new Kindles, they are going to eventually come to the old Kindles, especially this Kindle and the second gen Kindle. So you're not going to miss out on anything in terms of Google Drive, OneNote, etc. All those programs that are being available to the Kindle Scribe systems. So if that's kind of like your drawing force to get a Kindle Scribe, I would say definitely hold off because of or especially because of that. Unless, I mean, you could wait maybe like a year or two, and the Kindle Frontlight will probably take a dramatic hit to its price. Again, because it is like it's pretty much a super basic Kindle Scribe, not having that Frontlight. And yeah, it pretty much takes you back to the days. I don't know if anyone out there who's old enough to remember the Kindles, or I was using Nooks at the time, where you had to attach a light to the top of your device and put it over the screen, because there was no front lights at the time. That's how old I am. So yeah, that, I mean, those were just my quick thoughts on it. Just want to show you guys how. Okay, so I don't have the Outsider downloaded, so let's see how this is. And if I remember correctly, one of the things I didn't like about, it took like a few seconds, like 3 seconds at most. One of the things I didn't like about the Kindle Paperwhite Color Soft, when I was trying it out for about a week or two, I compared the connectivity, download speeds of the Color Soft and my old Paperwhite, and my old Paperwhite for some reason downloaded books, if I remember correctly, twice as fast or 3 times as fast as the Color Soft. So I'm hoping these new Kindles are pretty flawless in every part of every aspect that they offer, because these devices, because the Kindle Color Soft, or the Kindle Paperwhite Color Soft, much more expensive than just a regular Paperwhite. But when you're lacking, or when the older generations are superior to the newer generations, then you kind of wonder, what exactly am I paying for? It's just color on a Kindle, but everything else is kind of mediocre. So hopefully, because they can, Amazon hasn't announced any release date, that they're kind of tweaking all of this stuff out. Okay, so I'm gonna wrap this whole section up. I just wanted to give kind of like a little bit more information in terms of Kindle Scribe, because when the new ones come out, I'm definitely going to do a bigger compare and contrast to the Kindle No Front Light and the Kindle Scribe Color Soft. So again, I'm going to return both. I just want to try both out, especially the no front light. And I'm also interested in the new design, on how much slimmer it is and how much smaller it is. Maybe a little bit smaller in terms of they're taking this off right here, maybe. So maybe it's going to be just a little bit slimmer, and a little bit slimmer in terms of width. So we'll see. Yeah, I'm kind of excited to see what it's all about. Again, I'm not keeping it. I still have my hope. I think if ever Amazon were to kind of bring back the Oasis, maybe just a tad bit larger, and it has the buttons, I think I probably will switch back, because I do have Kindle Unlimited this whole time. Unfortunately, because 2 of the authors that I really enjoy are on there exclusively, and yeah, but other than that, I mean, Nook is fine. I enjoy my Nook. I love the lightweight of it. Actually, I'll save this for another time, because I don't want to get up and get my Nook. So I'll end this segment here, just a revisit of the Kindle Scribe, a little deeper dive. And hopefully as the weeks progress, we'll get more information on the release date. So I gotta say, I have high hopes that I'm going to be able to finish this book by the end of the week. As of now, I'm still in the early parts where it's kind of a little bit of a exposition area of the book, setting everything up, the characters. The perspective has switched from Sutter Kane in the prologue to Trent, the insurance fraud investigator who embarks on this journey with the publishing agent for Sutter Kane to figure out if his disappearance is a publicity stunt to garner more attention to his newest book release, or if there's something more monstrous is probably the most fitting word here. If there's something more monstrous behind his disappearance. So that's kind of how the first 30 or so pages are so far. Exactly like the movie, it kind of just introduces us to this situation, and just kind of like reading through this and how very, very similar it is to the movie. Just as a quick side, I do have this book as well, the novelization of Interstellar, which I don't know when I want to read it. I could probably read it in like a weekend or something, because this is probably one of my favorite science fiction movies ever. So this one I'm excited to read a little bit more of, just to kind of read the imagery of all the space stuff, the black hole, kind of read the actual science of of the things being seen in the movie. So this is definitely on my list. Maybe next month, maybe a December book. I'm not entirely sure where this fits in terms of seasons, because I do want to kind of like tailor my reading to the seasons that are going on. Specifically the weather. I would say weather, not seasons, because I am in California. I'm in the Bay Area, and we don't really have the 4 seasons here. It's like 1.5 seasons, unfortunately. So maybe on a weekend that is for sure gonna be pouring rain, maybe I'll read it then. For some reason, this screams, read it on a day that's very gloomy, very windy, very rainy. Slight burst of wind right now, a little gust of wind, which is nice. Feels nice on the skin. I don't know if you could see the trees moving. And there's a big fat crow right there. Felix! Oh my god! No, Felix! 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 Seriously? How far are you gonna roll around? Come on, let's go! Felix! Come on! No, you better not. Draco over here smelling something. Felix! Felix, let's go! So I don't know what's been going on with me lately, but I have been stuck watching Hell's Kitchen, these full season marathons on YouTube, and as you can see, these are just like 7, 8, 12-hour long videos of the entire seasons. No commercials. Well, if you have YouTube Premium, no commercials. Just everything there. It's not unedited, but it's what is it called? There's no bleeps. I'm blanking on the word, but there's no bleeps or anything. So this is what I'm watching pretty much, or what I've been watching since like I got sick at the end of September. My most favorite part of this channel is just all the different compilations. They're super fun. They're just if you like the Black Jacket part of All Hell's Kitchen, there's Black Jacket compilations. If you like the blind taste test, there's that. If you like the taste it and make it challenges, there's that. So there's a lot of fun stuff on here. Highly recommend this channel if you're looking for something cozy, a cooking reality TV show that's just iconic in our culture. Definitely recommend this. So I think I'm going to do a separate in-depth bookshelf tour of all my poetry books and collections. So this past weekend I was my plan was to read Beowulf and take some notes and use it to in my own writing. Uh-oh. Something fell, boy. I don't know what it was. Shoot, what was I saying? But my whole Draco getting sick with pancreatitis kind of paused everything because it was just so stressful. I didn't have energy to do anything. I was me and my parents were watching Draco like around the clock, making sure he was okay, giving him his medicine. So I just didn't have the energy to read a epic poem, take notes, and then use it for my writing. It was just a little bit too much for me at that time. So I'm going to postpone it to the end of the month. I'm going to slowly start reading the Divine Comedy. I'm going to start reading the actual poetic form instead of the prose poetic form. I forgot what it was called. This one, the prosaic verse. I don't know. I'm still in between, you know. I'm flip-flopping between reading this one and then taking the dive and reading this one, because there is a massive difference between the sizes here, as you can see. It's the same amount of content. It's just that this one is a little bit more condensed down into the form versus the regular poetic form. That doesn't take up as much space, so there's more pages. I don't know. Maybe I'll just. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do, but I know I want to read some form of this trilogy. Whether it be this new one. I mean, maybe this weekend I'll read one canto from each edition, just to see which one I take to the most, and then I can move on from there. So I don't know if this happens to anyone else, but I just randomly have little bursts of like wanting to play video games. I don't know if that makes sense, because I don't play video games daily. I play them like 2 weeks straight every 2 to 3 months, if that makes sense. Like the last time I played that I actually liked playing was Stardew Valley. I mean, in terms of when I say like playing, I mean like have the interest to play video games in general. Was about maybe 2 months ago. I played Stardew Valley for like a week straight. I think I put in probably like 12 hours into Stardew Valley during that week. And then I just stopped playing. I haven't revisited Stardew Valley, and I don't really have that mental urge to revisit it, if that makes sense. But there are a few new games that just came out this week, or these past 2 weeks. Some games I put in like maybe 1 or 2 hours and then I just stopped playing. And then other games I have, like the Jedi Fallen Order game that was released maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. I think I got like 90% of the game done and then I just stopped playing. So this is why I don't really play story. You have to dedicate the entirety of whatever the story takes to complete, and I just don't really have the attention span to do that, unfortunately. Okay, so I'm ending this vlog by a church, on the side of a church. I thought this guy was following me at the park, so I made a detour and went a route that I never go when walking my dogs. I don't know if he was following me. He was just like stop when I stopped. to let them sniff, and then I turned around, then he turned around to walk in the direction I was walking, so I don't know what he was doing. But once I crossed the street, he went a different way. So can I just say, some of the greatest clouds are here this morning. And I'm glad they look great on my screen, but hopefully they come out that way. Because sometimes when I film stuff, especially clouds and plants and stuff and trees, whatever, it looks great on my end, but then when I edit it, it doesn't look so well. So hopefully it stays like that. Okay, this is the front of the church. I think it's Church of Later Day Saints, whatever that means. I have no idea. Weird, I don't know.